I have been around quite a few heterosexual women in my life. As a matter of fact, I am the only lesbian in my family. All the women are heterosexual. Now, I do have a couple of male cousins who are gay, but nobody else is a lesbian. So I pretty much know how heterosexual women think and move. And outside of my family, well, I pretty much run into heterosexual women all the time. And through this interaction, I've learned what heterosexual women hate about lesbians. And I do mean hate. Hate is stronger than dislike. And I identify as a lesbian, so I've been hated on by heterosexual women. And if you're looking at this video, you probably are a lesbian who has been hated on by heterosexual women yourself. And this video is just to confirm the truth. Now, you might be a heterosexual woman tuning into my YouTube channel and watching this video, and you probably hated on lesbians yourself. And I'm going to talk about you today, but it's not because I'm a hater. I just like to tell the truth. I am Giselle Wallace, certified gay life coach and author. Here on my YouTube channel, I do provide my lesbian perspective. And if that interests you, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So the title of my video is 3 Dumb Reasons Why Heterosexual Women Hate Lesbians. So I'm going to, I guess I'll do a countdown. I'm going to start with number 3 and go 3, 2, 1. So here it goes. Number 3, the reason why heterosexual women hate lesbians is because they think we want to sleep with them. But there is a caveat to this. They hate lesbians who want to sleep with them, who they think are ugly. I'll repeat. Heterosexual women hate lesbians who they think want to sleep with them, who are ugly. Yes, and these are not my words. These are heterosexual women's words. If they think a lesbian woman is ugly, they hate that type of lesbian who they think is ugly, who they think wants to sleep with them. And you know what? I contemplated that type of thought process of a heterosexual woman, and I said to myself, you know what? I have never met a heterosexual woman. Me personally, I'm talking about myself. I have never met a heterosexual woman who was offended by me being attracted to her. You know why? Because she found me to be an attractive woman. That's the truth. And here's the proof. A heterosexual woman knows you are a lesbian if you tell her that you're a lesbian, or if you approach a heterosexual woman and you let her know that you are interested in her on a romantic or sexual level. Once a heterosexual woman hears you speak to her in that way, she already knows you're a lesbian. Sure, you might be bisexual as well, of course, but in most cases, a heterosexual woman's mind does not think about a bisexual woman. She automatically thinks you're a lesbian. Now, have I liked heterosexual women before? Yes, I have. And the reason why is because I'm a woman who likes women. I don't know what your sexual orientation is upon first glancing at you. There are some exceptions, but in general, I like women. If a woman is beautiful to me, if I find her attractive, And usually I know something about her because I'm very observant and I like to get to know women. So by the time a woman finds out that I'm a lesbian, and by the time she finds out that I'm interested in her, she already knows I'm a lesbian. So for one, she knows I'm a lesbian. And then secondly, she's not offended if she finds out that I like her in a romantic way. And I've never had problems with heterosexual women when it comes to me being romantically interested in her. And that's my experience. But every time a heterosexual woman encounters a lesbian woman who she thinks is physically unattractive, she's offended. She's completely turned off. And she hates lesbians who are not attractive, who want to sleep with her. Now, how does she know that this lesbian wants to sleep with her who she thinks is unattractive or ugly? Well, because she always complains about the girl coming on to her. Now, I can only speculate from a distance, or I can only take her word for it, because do you really know if this woman really wants to sleep with you? Did she actually tell you she wants to sleep with you? Or are you assuming that she wants to sleep with you? Because a really big issue with heterosexual women is that they kind of group all lesbians in the same category, where they think we all want to sleep with them when we don't. Because I, for one, am not interested in heterosexual women in a collective manner, meaning like all heterosexual women are the apple of my eye and I desire to be with only heterosexual women, or heterosexual women are the center of my focus. Absolutely not. In most cases, like I said, I don't even know what your sexual orientation is. If you're a woman and I think you're attractive and interesting and I've gotten to know you, well then sure, I may like you more than on just a friendship level. But I have never, to this day, I have not met one heterosexual woman who gets offended by the fact that I'm a lesbian and if I am interested in her, because she thinks I'm an attractive woman. So she's not tripping. But she gets offended because she thinks a lesbian is ugly. Well, for one, that's very superficial. And number two, that's not a good reason to hate a lesbian, or anyone for that matter. No one has any control over their physical features. Yes, you can enhance your features, or you can do things to improve your physical appearance, but you really can't change how you physically look, because your looks are given to you. Now, number two, the second reason why heterosexual women, a dumb reason why heterosexual women hate lesbians, is because they're jealous of us because they think we can take their man, or because we get the attention of a man that they want. Yes. See, heterosexual women can't stand lesbians. They despise lesbians to a T, especially if a heterosexual woman is married to a man, or she has a boyfriend or a fiance, and her man is just Googling over this lesbian woman, giving her attention that he doesn't even give his girlfriend or fiance or wife. So this enrages heterosexual women. And instead of her thinking about what her man is doing, all of her rage is centered on that lesbian woman. So that's a dumb reason why heterosexual women hate lesbians, because you're focused on a woman who has no control over her being a lesbian, and she definitely has no control over your man wanting to be with her. So how about you talk to your man and let him know that he's disrespecting you. And stop focusing on attacking lesbians. Because the truth is, lesbians don't want your man. That's why we're lesbians. So why are you so enraged with lesbians? Because we're not going to go after your man. If anything, another heterosexual woman will go after your man, but not a lesbian. So what really is the issue? The issue is you're insecure as a heterosexual woman, and also you don't feel confident enough to have an intelligent conversation with your man about his behavior. If he's doing anything that's disrespectful, if he's showing interest in a lesbian woman and you don't like it, you need to communicate this with him. But no, instead you divert your attention to lesbians, and now you hate all lesbians. And that's a very dumb reason to hate lesbians. Now, number one. And this is not number one as in this is matter of fact the biggest reason why heterosexual women hate lesbians, but it's just my countdown. We're at number one now. Number one reason why heterosexual women hate lesbians. Because we don't conform to what women are supposed to do according to a man's heterosexual standard. You see, heterosexual women kind of admire lesbians, but they will never tell a lesbian that they admire their strength and their confidence to be themselves. Heterosexual women usually live very restricted, controlled lives. And the reason why is because they always try to impress men. They always try to basically abide by a man's rules or guidelines on what's attractive in a woman. So she's under a lot of pressure to please a man. She's under a lot of pressure to keep a man. And she's also under a lot of pressure to keep a man's attention on her. So she's doing things in her life, whatever it is, she may not even like what she's doing. For example, she may like to wear slacks, but her man always wants her in a miniskirt. So she'll do it to please her man. And when she sees a lesbian who's wearing like jeans or slacks or cargo shorts or sweatpants, and she's looking good doing it, she's stylish, she's comfortable in her own skin, and everybody knows she's a lesbian, and she don't have a man, and she's doing just fine. Like, she's doing real good. She doesn't need a man to support her financially or guide her in life. So a heterosexual woman is looking at this and she's like, well, dang, what am I doing wrong? How can I get to where this lesbian woman is at? But she never can figure out how to do that. And the reason why is because she's so focused on pleasing a man that she'll never be able to please herself and live her life and be free. And I'm not saying heterosexual women need to turn into lesbians because, well, you can't do that anyway. But instead of hating on a lesbian for being herself, living in her truth, not conforming to what men want us to do because we're women, just learn from us and appreciate us. And once you incorporate that energy and that mindset of a lesbian, of you're going to be you and you don't need a man to be happy, and you can be yourself despite the way the world treats you, good or bad. When you take on that energy and that confidence, you are going to stand out, and you won't have to fret about how a man thinks about you, or you don't have to worry that your man is going to cheat on you and think that you don't look good enough, because you're going to have that inner peace and that inner confidence in who you are as a woman, as a heterosexual woman. You see, lesbians who love themselves and who basically are being themselves, they shine, they sparkle, and they're hard to overlook. So heterosexual women are paying attention to lesbians all the time. And they secretly admire us. They admire our inner strength, our inner beauty. And a lot of people have a very difficult time being their authentic self because they're too busy trying to impress someone else. So heterosexual women, it's really dumb to hate on lesbians because they're not conforming to heteronormative patriarchal standards. And instead of hating on them, just practice being yourself. And you will realize that being heterosexual is who you are as a woman, and being a lesbian woman is who I am and who we are as lesbians. And why should you hate on us? You shouldn't hate on a lesbian at all, because a lesbian is going to be a lesbian regardless. Just like a heterosexual woman is going to be a heterosexual woman regardless. And I think if you treat lesbians right as a heterosexual woman, then you probably will actually have a more fulfilling life. Because lesbians, we actually exude a lot of positive energy. And why hate? The world has enough hate in this world. Just be yourself, love yourself, and the next time you see a lesbian woman, just say hello to her. Give her a compliment, and you'll start seeing your life improve. I hope that you enjoyed 3 dumb reasons why heterosexual women hate lesbians. I am Giselle Wallace, certified gay life coach and author. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for listening, and you have a rainbow day.